Conference, you can't say you weren't warned. When David Cameron said Tory councils show what a Tory government would look like, he meant it. They're hard to get rid of. The Tory leader of Hammersmith and Fulham moans about his council tenants. Can't say you'd look to me as though you were going anywhere anytime soon. Put up charges until the people can't afford to pay, says the leader of Wandsworth. Oppose free swimming, free buses, says the leader of Southampton. Make people pay taxes and then make them pay again just to get a decent service, says Barnet Council. Privatise for dogma, block new homes, block new jobs, block green power. Look at Cameron's councils to see what a Cameron government would be like. You know, people like that would never have created Sure Start, or free swimming, or pensioner bus passes, or decent homes, apprenticeships, or better schools. These people are different to us. They have different values. They have different priorities. They have a different view of what makes the world tick. So, of course, every Labour council leapt at the chance of free swimming for kids and pensioners. And, of course, over 60 Tory councils did not. I'm proud of Labour's record, your record of serving local people. You fought for decent public services under a Conservative government, and you've delivered them under a Labour government. Thank you. And more than this, when times are tight, it's Labour in government that makes every taxpayer's pound work as hard as it can. George Osborne says Tory councils save money. They do, just not as much as Labour councils. Last year, all councils made value for money savings of a staggering £1.7 billion, and Labour councils saved twice as much as Tory councils, putting that money back into frontline services and keeping £100 off Band D council tax. Councils like Labour Hackney, who haven't increased the council tax for the last 4 years, but have improved the services they provide. Now, look, I know that we couldn't improve services and save money if local public servants weren't prepared to work hard, to accept change, and yes, be realistic about pay. So thank all of you here and those you represent for that. And I want to say, I know it's not always easy. And I know you do it because you care about the people you serve. Well, you deserve a fair deal. The average pay of local government workers has gone up by about £6,000 in the last 7 years. The average pay of local government chief executives has gone up by £40,000. And 9 chief executives get £212,000 a year. Now, look, don't get me wrong. These are not bad people. Most of them have given their own lifetime of public service. But I tell you, we all know it's just all got out of hand at the top, and it's just got to stop. And I don't want to see the pay or the pensions of local public servants dragged down by public anger at the excess of a few. So I'm not joining the clamour of Clegg and of Cameron to slash your pensions. The average local government pension is less than £4,500 a year. But yes, Conference, I do want to limit the pension entitlements of the very highest earners. I do want to see every council publishing details of high-paid posts, their pensions, their pay, their bonuses and their allowances. And I will tackle the boomerang bosses who walk away with huge payouts straight into their next job. And at the same time, I'm giving the go-ahead today for another £500 million worth of equal pay awards. And I'm going to ask the pension providers how we can keep more of the low-paid members in the schemes. And I can do all this while capping the burden of new costs falling on council taxpayers. And I'm going to do all this because if I didn't, it wouldn't be fair. You know, common sense fairness is in the DNA of the British people. And in hard times, fairness matters more than ever before. So let's acknowledge there are people, and we know them, people who voted for us in the past, who are asking whether Britain's fair today. They've seen a lot of change. Communities have changed. The world of work has changed. In the last year, sometimes everything, life, work, homes, incomes have changed and often become more difficult. And for all we have done to build up the health service, to improve schools, to raise incomes with tax credits, to invest in building and construction, they are still wanting to know that we are on their side and that we still stand for a fair deal. And if this party does not speak for them, in every street, in every community, then we have no purpose. And that's why they wanted to hear Alistair's promises on bankers' bonuses. It's why I'll make sure Yvette Cooper's Future Jobs Fund makes a difference in every community. It's why I'll work with Alan Johnson to make sure the public can question how the police tackle antisocial behaviour. It's why John Healey is insisting that every single new public housing development employs apprenticeships. And it's why I'm investing more money from the levy on migration to stop unscrupulous employers of foreign workers undercutting the minimum wage or putting lives at risk at work. Because if people know that we are dealing with these issues of fairness, they will know that we are speaking up for them. And I want to make sure in every community, in every corner of this country, people know we're on their side. No favours, no privileges, no special interest groups, just fairness. And like that, together, we will reject the extremists, the separatists, the people, whoever they are, who would pull this country apart and not build it up together. The conference, there will be challenges in the coming years. Money will be tight, but people will still want and have a right to decent services they can rely on. So how are we going to do it? The answer is leadership. Local leadership, strong leadership, democratic, accountable leadership, and Labour leadership. I've proposed the biggest shift in power to local people and local communities in 30 years. Labour believes that people have got the right to personal services for them. They have the right to shape where they live. They have the right to elect a councillor who can come back to them on every public service in their area. Councils being able to challenge how every pound is spent, whether by the council, the health service or the police. Driving out waste and duplication, making sure every taxpayer's pound works as hard as it can. Not like Cameron's councils, which won't check standards because there will be no standards. It'll be where you live, not what you need, that matters most. With their prejudice, their dogma, their unfairness, their opposition to jobs and homes, and their rush to cut services and to make people pay twice. And I just want to say this. This Labour government invests in communities in every part of the country, no matter what the shade of the local council. Of course we do. But I'm getting sick and tired of Cameron's councils who take Labour investment, claim the credit for the new homes, the new schools, the new play areas. They sometimes even have the cheek to say it's not enough. And all the time they're working for a Tory government that would take it all away. Well, I say this to them. It's about time you were honest with the people about your real plans. But I realise that may be just a bit too much to ask. So we're going to have to do it for them. We're going to tell the truth about Cameron's councils on every doorstep, in every street, and in every community. They've said one thing and done another for too long, and together we will make Cameron's councils the reason for voting Labour in all the elections next year. Thank you.